What's good? It's your boy CJ Goodfella back with the boxing clinic. It's kind of one of those pop my head videos and again. And you just can't ignore that this buzz is getting bigger and bigger for this Canelo Chavez Jr. fight. It's sold out at the drop of a dime, I believe. And the glaring thing about this fight so far is everybody was wondering what weight they would fight at. Canelo divish ass, if that's a word, chose 164.5 instead of giving Chavez Jr. the full 165, flexing his popularity in his negotiation leverage on Chavez Jr. at this point in his career. And it's a point where that Chavez Jr. could have had a lot more leverage if he wasn't lackadaisical and lazy in his career with fights with Fonfora and if he would have came in weight. And that's a very wonderful fight for him. But then again, I think it might be beneficial to him making his weight. I think he's at the same exact weight 30 days out from the fight as Daniel Jacobs was for 160. And even though Daniel Jacobs looked drained for the Gennady Golovkin fight, coming in the weigh-in, he performed excellent and gained a lot of weight. Now I'm going to get into that in a minute about Chavez Jr. as well. But this dude you can't ignore. Nacho is a hard disciplinarian. Robert Garcia and Freddie Roach are more people skilled and more kosher to their fighters. And Nacho's a straight shooter. He's an old school trainer. And it looks like it's meshing well with Chavez Jr. He's in physical peak shape. I'm pretty sure Juan Marquez, one of Canelo's biggest naysayers and haters, as most people would say, has been giving Chavez Jr. some tips as well as his father, Chavez Sr. Now, this dude is looking phenomenal. This is a bottom right. It's a picture that was just taken not too long ago the other day. And he's looking good. He's shredding up. And he's on point for weight. And I'm pretty sure Nacho, I've seen in clips of Nacho showing some things that he hadn't learned before. And to talk about Canelo, we know what Canelo brings. He's going to come in good shape, and I think both of these guys are highly motivated for this fight. And I think when you fighting for a country or the love or the popularity vote in the country, you're gonna bring all you got. But talk about some specifics in the fight to get a little technical for our hardcore fans and people that into that technical type of thing. Start off with Canelo since we talked about Chavez first. With Canelo, I think basically, without giving my prediction video away, I think basically it's going to come down to him and how his power translates moving up. I know a lot of people think when you move up you lose power, but when a guy like Canelo has been squeezing down to a weight that takes away a lot of his nutrients, his leverage, his legs, and I think he was draining at 154 for a long time, and I think he's going to be a lot more sharp, and I think his punch is going to carry a lot more weight at this weight as well. And I think it's going to be him lighting the body up. Canelo is a very sharp and accurate puncher, and it's going to be about the combinations. We know Chavez Jr. is not a guy that's going to move his head. He's going to eat punches and keep coming forward and pretty much use his weight advantage come fight night. And that's kind of a funny thing to say because Canelo is usually the one using his weight advantage fight night in most of his fights, and that's what Chavez Jr. is going to try to do. And I think it's a good chance for him to pull off the upset from the point of view of, if you remember the Sergio Martinez fight, he was getting boxed the whole fight. But the pressure of the weight that he gained after the weigh-in was weighing on Sergio Martinez, and Martinez's legs could not really carry the day for him in that 12th round. He barely escaped, and he never was the same after that fight. He suffered a knee injury, and Chavez Jr. weight in the 12th round. If that was a 15-round fight, Sergio Martinez would have lost. He couldn't carry that. And I know people saying Sergio Martinez was an old man at that point, a lot of miles on his body. But the weight, and we know Canelo has a tendency to fade in fights. And with Chavez Jr. being a classic pressure fighter and does have some boxing skills to be able to box from the outside a little bit, if he chooses to and doesn't get caught up in the hype, he can survive to the late rounds and then add the pressure and put the pressure on Canelo. And it is a real reality that he could get a late stoppage because we have seen Canelo not be fresh in later rounds. Maybe early in his career, now more than lately, but we have seen him win and try to fight at a pace, and Chavez Jr. doesn't always let you fight at his pace. So that's where the intrigue kicks in at, and if he comes in as a cruiserweight as he did with Sergio Martinez and puts that weight on Canelo, he has a chance to survive. But we gotta see how Canelo's power translate. He's going to have a lot of shots at Chavez Jr. It's going to be if Chavez Jr. can take those shots and still be fresh in the late round when Canelo is pretty much tired from keeping the big beast off of him. That's pretty much going to come down to Canelo get him out of there early enough. And if he can't, can he finish to the finish line when Chavez Jr. is known to come on hot at the end of the fight, especially with using his weight. And it's going to come down how Chavez Jr. looks for making his weight and how he rehydrates. And those are the main sticking points that make this fight very intriguing. It's going to be at the movie theaters. I love going to fights at the movie theater. I checked out the Mayweather-Berto card at the movie theater, and the undercard and the sounds was excellent. So I encourage a lot of people. I think it was like $20 to the AMC, whatever movie theater carrying in your market. Go check it out at the movie theater if you want to pay the full $65. It's $20. And it's a cool experience, man. It's a very good experience to see at the movies, but I'm going to keep y'all updated on this fight as well. We gone.